episode 3 back in theaters. So, saw the AMC. Craziest experience. Like 40 guys show up there, college age, wearing suits and ties. I was in line. I asked this dude, I was like, what are you guys dressed up for? And he said, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. It's a formal occasion. I almost want to give a round of applause. But I was so worried because I'm like, the way people are these days. A bunch of 20-year-olds in a movie theater. I was like, God, they're going to be obnoxious and loud. Trailers. The whole theater was full of teenagers and 20-year-olds. Trailers. Everyone was obnoxious and loud. I was losing my mind. I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to yell at somebody. Movie started. Everybody was silent and attentive throughout the entire film. I was waiting for a TikTok to be filmed. I saw something on Instagram that said, moviegoers are quoting the Obi-Wan to Anakin speech on Mustafar. I was like, oh my, and they're just saying it out loud. And I was like, oh, I was waiting for some TikTok. I was waiting for some fucking chicken jockey thing. None of that happened. Amazing. So, yeah, that was my experience. Revenge of the Sith. First time in theaters in 20 years. And I first saw it in theaters when I was a kid. We saw it twice in the same day. We watched it, and then we went outside and went to the bathroom, went to concessions, walked back in and watched it again. So, yeah. Pros and cons of this movie. I think I've always felt the same about this movie. I probably like it a little less now as I got older. The pros of the movie is incredible music. When it's movies in extremes. It's not extremely good or extremely bad. The great moment of editing and music when Padme and Anakin are in Coruscant, but they feel like they're miles apart. And they have this weird moment where they're looking out the window. I was like, that was fantastic. This great little build-up moment. Mace Windu's good. Ian McDiarmid is killing it performance-wise. He's having a blast. Ewan McGregor's fantastic. A lot of the fight scenes are very fun. I think Anakin and Obi-Wan is iconic for a reason. Very entertaining, very impactful fight. A lot of great, just memorable dialogue that has been remembered for years. And it's probably going to be remembered forever. Just like old Star Wars, Revenge of the Sith gave you a lot of iconic dialogue. The Plagueis scene, that conversation, chef's kiss. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, and I think the story's good. I think the biggest compliment to Revenge of the Sith is the best paced movie, I think, ever. I would give it the best paced movie I've ever seen. It's never lets up. It's fast. It's a long movie that feels really fast. The whole movie feels like an hour. Like it's like the best pacing I've ever felt in any film ever. The cons of the movie. First 30 minutes when they're rescuing the Chancellor, some of the worst dialogue I've ever seen. I think the whole movie is horrendous cinematography. I think the whole prequel trilogy, because it's all like green screen sets and stuff like that, is terrible cinematography. Terrible. It looks like a soap opera. The CGI goes from good to bad constantly. But mostly the dialogue. Dialogue has a lot of, like, it's either phenomenal dialogue, like the Plagueis scene, or Obi-Wan and Anakin having conversations, or the rest of it's like horrendous dialogue. That whole first 30 minutes, the dialogue is like cringe. Like, no miswired jokes and things like that. Like, the opening thing with the pilots fighting, stuff like that, is great, but it's still weirdly edited. Like, it's such a weirdly edited sequence. The whole first 30 minutes is like baffling to me when I watch it again. I was like, wow, this is terrible. Yeah, Obi-Wan, when the bridge falls on him, that Count Dooku puts it on, and he scoots over, it looks so weird. It's always looked so weird. Yeah, the whole first 30 minutes, weird. I think the movie has a lot. I think the wipe away, cutaway things is always odd. It just looks odd. It looks like someone made it on like some Windows Movie Maker thing. Padme dying of sadness, more like dying of cringe, because that is such a weird way to die. Like, she's perfectly healthy. Don't say that line at all. And then say she lost a little lip. I find it so, like, pathetic. Just say she died from getting choked. And I don't like that Palpatine is scarred and disfigured and not this old. I'm like, you look at it, like Ian McDiarmid, he's probably like 60. You can say he's 60 in episode 3, 20 years go by, and then he's 80, and he looks old. I don't see why he has to be disfigured. He doesn't even look disfigured, he just looks old. You know what I mean? And I think it's silly that Yoda gave up. Yoda was whooping his ass. That fight scene is fantastic. Yoda versus Palpatine, wonderful. Yoda just like, oh, I failed. I'm like, no, you didn't. You just gave up randomly. If you just went back there and fucking got him, just pull him down and drop his ass, would have got him. Same with Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan, I understand though. Like, he walks through a mannequin gruesome thing. He cuts his leg. I was like, damn, Obi-Wan's a savage for what he did. I got the high ground. Anakin and his cockiness. Love that scene. Fantastic scene. Like, that is an A+ scene right there. But him walking away, I understand more. But he should have just gone back and finished the job. But I understood him. Yoda, I don't get. I don't get. Yoda's like, I'm quitting. And Execute Order 66 is such a memorable, iconic scene. Overall, it's such a hard movie to rate because there's so many problems with it. I'm gonna give it 3.5. I think when it's good, it's great. But when it's bad, it's horrendous. Like, it's weirdly edited, horrendous dialogue, but it's one of the best paced movies ever. Has some incredibly iconic stuff. I wish you could go in there and just re-edit and I wish you could just redo it. But it's kind of how I feel about the whole prequel trilogy. Great stuff mixed in with bad stuff each movie. It's like horrible and some of the best stuff ever at the same time. So, yeah. Revenge of the Sith. Still feel mostly the same about it. Mostly the same. I think I just like the first 30 minutes a lot less now because I think it's truly just awful. But the biggest compliment to the movie is, unlike most movies, it has iconic moments. Moments that live on past the movie. And dialogue. So, yeah. Revenge of the Sith, did you see it when it came out again? And what do you think? Comment down below. Where's it rank for you? I think, I don't know where it ranks. I could do a Star Wars ranking video.